Turn them out and face everybody, because everybody was yelling, "Hey, Jess!" as she was walking out. So I wanted them to get a chance to see everybody out there. Well, welcome. You know, a wedding, it is really just such a beautiful occasion. It is a time filled with hopes and dreams, so much excitement, and as I look around and see the bride and groom, some wonderful tears. We are, and I'm assuming they are all tears of joy. We are gathered here today to celebrate the love that Steve and Jessica have for each other, as well as the love that each of you have given them throughout their lives. As family and friends, you are the ones that have taught them how to love. You are the ones that have shown them the blessings that come through loving one another, and that love is indeed what life is all about. You have shown them that love is patient, and that love is kind, that love is selfless, that love always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and yes, always preserves. And as we begin their marriage ceremony today, Steve and Jessica ask that we take a moment to remember those who, for whatever reason, could not be here today. Especially, they wanted to take a moment to remember those special family and friends who have left this earth but who are here in spirit, living in our hearts and still very much a part of our lives. Let us just take a moment to remember them now. Thank you. You know, Steve and Jessica, just as we've taken a moment to remember those who are not here, they also wanted to take a moment to recognize some very special people who are here today, and that is essentially their family. And they wanted to thank you for a lifetime of love and caring and support, helping them grow into the man and woman they are today, and husband and wife they are about to become. And so it is, ladies and gentlemen, we are here today to see Steve and Jessica off on this wonderful and marvelous journey we call marriage. Let us also be there to see them through whatever life has to bring them. And so now we're going to take a moment to wipe all the tears. If you'll go ahead and face each other.
Okay, here we go. Deep breath.
As you can tell, I have had just a great time working with them in preparing for this ceremony. And so I just have to say, Steve and Jessica, it is just a great pleasure for me to be standing here with you today, sharing in your marriage ceremony and witnessing to the lifelong commitment that you're making to one another. The vows you are about to say today, they belong entirely to you. The words I speak, they have no magical powers, and nothing that I can say or do on this day can ultimately make your marriage endure with beauty, with fidelity, and joy. Only you, again, only you, by the integrity and the diligence of your love, can make these vows last. So it's not to lofty words or institutions that we appeal at this time of commitment, but rather to the resources which you two can draw from within yourselves. Now, I would ask you to remember that it is the goal of marriage to achieve a blending of hearts and lives, but let there be spaces in your new life together so that each may encourage and nurture the individual growth of the other. Even so, as of today, as of this very moment, Your separate lives become one life. Your separate families become one family. And so now I ask you, do you, Stephen, take Jessica for your lawfully wedded wife to live together with constancy and devotion? Do you promise to love her, honor her, and keep her for as long as you both shall live? If so, please answer, I do. And you, Jessica, take Stephen to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together with constancy and devotion. Do you promise to love him, honor him, and keep him for as long as you both shall live? If so, please answer, I do. Now today they've asked for the groom's sister, right, Larissa, to do a very special reading of you.
From Union by Robert Fulgham. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held. Just gotta breathe through it, all right. All those conversations that were held, riding in a car, or over a meal, or during long walks, all those senses that began with when we're married. All the senses that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will. Those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe. All those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you're about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised and hoped and dreamed. Well, I meant it all, every word. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another: acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, and even a teacher. We have learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that you take across the threshold of life, and things will never quite be the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife.
Thank you very much. We come now to that part of the ceremony for you two to recite your vows, those words you've been waiting to say one to the other for some time. Maybe one of you have been waiting to say them a little while longer. I guess you all know who's been waiting the longest. But I know that this was definitely a providential relationship when the bride told me that it was your grandmother and great aunt that told you what you really needed for your life was to find a good Slovak boy. As one who is half Slovak, I agree with you totally. But you met and you dated. And then in New York, he proposed. And that began the process of where we are today. As we prepare for those special words, I'm going to invite you to take a moment to just look at the hands that you're holding right now and know that those hands are your gifts to each other. They are the hands of your best friend, your family, and your love. These are the hands that are going to work alongside yours as together you build your future. These hands will passionately love you and cherish you through the years with the slightest touch, comfort you like no other can. These hands will comfort you in illness, hold you in fear or grief, close your mind. And these hands will wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of laughter, and like today, tears of joy. One day, should you so be blessed, these hands will tenderly cradle your children.
What?
And then these hands will help hold your family as one. Keep your marriage strong and give you strength and meaning. These hands will give you support, celebrate with you in your accomplishments, and encourage each of you to fulfill your dreams. Every single person here today, go ahead and take a look at them, every single guest here today. Their hope and dream for each of you is that you will use these hands to build a marriage where every single one of your dreams can come true.
Thank goodness.
I, Stephen, take you, Jessica, to be my wife,
Stephen, take you, Jessica, to be my wife,
to have and to hold
to have and hold
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
I promise to cherish you,
I promise to cherish you,
to honor you,
to honor you,
to love and respect you.
to love and respect you.
I promise
I promise
to be your safe haven
your safe haven
and your home.
and your home.
I promise to comfort and nurture you,
I promise to comfort and nurture you,
be kind and patient,
be kind and patient,
forgiving and faithful.
forgiving and faithful.
I promise this
I promise this
with my heart and my soul.
with my heart and my soul.
I vow to you
I vow to you
before our family and friends
before family and friends
to dedicate myself
to dedicate myself
to our marriage,
to our marriage,
our friendship,
our friendship,
and our love
and our love
all the days of my life.
all the days of my life.
Oh.
Thanks, Peter. I'm ready.
I, Jessica, take you, Stephen, to be my husband,
I, Jessica, take you, Stephen, to be my husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
I promise to cherish you,
I promise to cherish you,
to honor you,
to honor you,
to love and respect you.
to love and respect you.
I promise
I promise
to be your safe haven
to be your safe haven.
and your home. I promise to comfort and nurture you,
I promise to comfort and nurture you,
to be kind and patient,
to be kind, patient,
forgiving and faithful.
forgiving and faithful.
I promise this
I promise this,
with my heart and my soul.
all my heart and all my soul.
I vow to you
I vow to you,
before our family and friends
for our family and friends,
to dedicate myself
to dedicate myself
to our marriage,
to our marriage,
our friendship,
our friendship,
and our love
and our love.
all the days of my life.
Days of our life.
No, the best man is really working overtime. It's okay, we're gonna double Peter's salary. The ring is the symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. Love, when freely given, has no giver and no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. May these rings serve as the outward invisible sign of an inward and invisible spiritual bond, signifying to all you're uniting in marriage. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and an everlasting reminder
and an everlasting reminder
of the vows
of the vows
I have made this day
I made this day.
as I join my life to you. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and an everlasting reminder
and an everlasting reminder
of the vows
of the vows
I have made this day
I have made this day.
as I join my life to yours.
Show my life to yours.
Through these rings, you symbolize your marriage bond. May their meaning sink deep into your hearts and bind your lives together by devotion and faithfulness to one another. In mutual self-consecration and in an ever-deepening love for each other, may you build a marriage filled with faith, truth, trust, love, and peace. Jessica and Steve, you have expressed your love to one another through the commitment and promises you have just made. It is with this in mind that I pronounce you husband and wife. You have kissed 1,000 times, maybe more. But today the feeling is new. No longer simply partners and best friends. You have become husband and wife, and now can seal your marriage with a kiss. For today, your kiss is your promise, one to the other. And going back to the reading from Robert Fulghum, I'm going to remind you that after the vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, this is my wife. Will you look at her right now and say, this is my wife? This is my wife.
This is my husband.
You may seal your marriage with a kiss. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you with the Steve and Jessica.